Y'all ready to blaze away or what?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to do a news roundup. Now that we have Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, both of these games actually exist. They're actually coming. There's going to be a lot of things happening very rapidly. The first thing that I'll talk about is Street Fighter. This one is really small, but I just want to give people an update because this is something that I'm going to be focusing on for the channel. On September the 16th, so that's probably a day or so now from when this video goes up, they are going to show another trailer. We don't know what it's going to be, but I'm guessing it's either going to be another character, probably Cammy, probably Blanca or something like that. And then they're also going to talk about the World Hub. So I'm definitely going to make a video about that, and I want to see what Street Fighter 6 is going to be doing. One, because I'm excited for that game, but two, that's the main competitor to Tekken 8. We have to be able to understand what Street Fighter 6 is going to be and see how Tekken 8 is going to match up to that. Both of these games are neck and neck. They're rivals. Once Mortal Kombat or whatever NetherRealm is working on studio is announced, then that game will also join the discussion. But right now it's Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. So stay tuned for that. Tokyo Game Show is when that will be happening. To my understanding, Bandai Namco is at the Tokyo Game Show, but I do not think they will be showing anything Tekken. I'm gonna watch it because who knows what Harada has planned. So if they do actually show something Tekken related, I will upload the trailer, talk about it, this, that, and the other. But until then, I'm just going to be talking about Street Fighter. Tekken 8 will come after. Now, I have a tweet here from Harada. I want to get into that in just a second, but I want to start off talking a little bit about Tekken 7. I have two tweets here, one from Spaghetti Rip and the other one is from Junya. Tekken 7 has been out since June 2017 and even longer in arcades, yet this game continues to deliver to the crowds of new and old players and fans. I'm proud to be a representative of this beautiful game, and I hope the developers realize the impact the game has had on the people. I seen a comment on one of my channels that was saying, so is Tekken 7 done? Is it finally over? And I think there may be maybe one more update, who knows? They weren't really clear whether or not this was the final one. And since they didn't say it's the final one, I think they possibly could do another. Even if they did do another update, I think they'll probably nerf Fang, Zafina, and then that's it. I'm really not expecting anything too crazy anymore. Tekken 7 is kind of over, and we're starting to see more and more tweets like this. People sort of saying their goodbyes to the game, because that's the thing about me. I know Tekken 7 has a lot of flaws, right? The game has hit rock bottom lately, but it's still accomplished so much. The reason why we're all excited for Tekken 8 is because of how amazing the roller coaster has been for Tekken 7. We know if the developers tweak a few things, Tekken 8 will be fantastic. Possibly the best Tekken ever made. Think about that. With a few changes, Tekken 8 could be the best Tekken ever made. A tweet from Junya. Whatever happens in Tekken 8, I hope the international rivalries remain the same. No community does it better. Really wish we saw the same level of pride in other games. And this kind of goes back to the whole Korea versus Pakistan. I did a whole video talking about that. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But I would say steer clear of the comment section, because the comment section on that video is a war zone. But really, everyone just loves a good rivalry. Root for your region, for your favorite character, for your favorite player, streamer, all that stuff. Competitive matches, and I think that's what it boils down to. The final thing that I'll talk about before we jump into the tweet from Harada, this kind of has to do with the Korea versus Pakistan. I know everyone wants to see either a 5-on-5 or a 10v10, kind of how US and EU did, but the big hurdle is visas. We know it's difficult for Pakistani players to travel to other parts of the world, and then Nee said it was difficult for him to travel to Pakistan. So there's a little bit of the issues there. But just recently, this news article came out. Japan to waive tourist visa requirements as part of border easing. It says Japan government is planning to waive tourist requirements for some countries as a part of further easing of border controls enacted to stop the spread of the pandemic. And basically what this is saying is some places you will be able to travel to Japan without a visa. And the reason why this is important to Tekken is because visas is the biggest issue when you're talking about Pakistan. So I'm hoping that Japan can be set up as this neutral region where they both go and they can compete and travel and this, that, and the other. Because if it's not Japan, where else is it going to be? You know, it's very difficult for both to travel and meet up in the same location. But let's talk about Harada's tweets. In English and Japanese, you know it's serious when Harada writes in both. Thank you for all the positive reactions. State of Play's worldwide trend was also #1, by the way. Let's meet at Harada's bar next time. And with this tweet, Harada is saying a few things. First off, the reactions was positive. I did a first impressions poll and it was like 90% people loved the trailer. That is fantastic. And two, I think Harada was very smart to have the Tekken 8 trailer play at the very beginning. Because I was looking at a lot of different streamers' reactions, and since Tekken 8 was the first thing, that is what is seen as soon as you click on the state of play.
As I said, the main game I went in on was Soul Calibur. The only character I can recognize from Tekken is Yoshimitsu.
From there, most people skip all the way to the end to see God of War. So Harada really did a good job of putting it at the very beginning. And he's right, it is trending #1. God of War was trending #2, I think. The Tekken 8 trailer was somewhere like 13 or something like that, right? But the important part, Harada's bar. He took a little break after Evo, but he's back on the grind. And now Harada is saying that in the next episode, he's going to talk about Tekken 8. A few things I want to say to this. I wonder what he's going to talk about. Maybe some behind the scene development stuff, transitioning from Tekken 7 to 8. Whatever the case may be, I'm going to do a breakdown of this because I know he records it in Japanese and it's like super long. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to condense it down and take all the juicy bits and do a breakdown of it. This Harada's bar will probably be taking place Saturday. So this kind of maybe will be the same time as all the Street Fighter stuff. But regardless, I will cover both. Tweeting from Harada's bar. Harada says, in the next recording, they will talk about the episodes leading up to Tekken 8 production announcement, along with highballs and I don't know what that is. A few things that I want to say about this one as well. Harada uses the word they. I don't know who they is. That could be Michael Murray. That could be the Tekken Project devs, some of the other guys we never seen. I know he was talking about getting some of them on camera, and maybe this will be that time where he gets them on camera and they could talk about what they learned from Tekken 7 and how they're implementing that stuff into Tekken 8, because that's something that I always talk about. Tekken 7 has a lot of issues. It's no secret, but it's important that the developers learn from those things, understand what went wrong, so in the next game, which is Tekken 8, they can do it better. They can make sure it doesn't deteriorate. They can make sure the balancing doesn't fall out of whack in 3 years, right? I'm very interested to see what they have to say, because this is going to be the first real time where Harada talks about it. Like, he did the PlayStation blog, but that was really more so just like a PR statement. But this one is really going to be like Harada, the developers, right? So I want to see what they have to say about the game, because I'm very excited for it for many reasons. Story, gameplay, the future of Tekken. It's a lot of things to be excited about. And this definitely has to be one of the greatest times to be a Tekken fan, right? The final tweet from Harada. This one is very simple. Talking about Tekken Bloodline, Harada says, okay, watch Tekken on Netflix. And here he simply is just telling people, go watch it, check it out. And that's important too. Not only watch it, but try to get others to watch it. I know we all want a season 2. We want to see Tekken 4 turned into season 2. But it has to perform well in order for them to do so. For those of you who already watched Tekken Bloodline, I did breakdowns of each episode, all 6 of them. So definitely go on my channel, scroll down a little bit, you'll see the breakdowns of each episode. I went in detail picking out key moments that is important to Tekken 8, is important to Tekken 3, to Ogre, to Jin. I took so much time just spotting everything, and you really should go check it out if you haven't seen at least one of those videos, right? The final thing is a video. Someone edited the Tekken 8 trailer and they added lag to it. You know, the lag and desync and all that stuff we experienced in Tekken 7? Someone edited and added all that stuff to the trailer. And I think it's so hilarious seeing the skip frames and desync. I'm gonna go ahead and let that video play, but I do just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the old subscribers, the mid-range subscribers. I want to say thank you to everyone. The support has been insane, and I can't say it enough.
Fight.
With that being said, that's gonna be it. I'll keep you guys updated once we get more information about what's happening with Tekken and behind the scenes. I'm gonna do my best to make sure I keep you guys updated. That's it for today, a short video. More is definitely on the way though. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.